This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing Social, delighted to be joined by the IBF Featherweight Champion of the World, Josh Warrington. We're here in Manchester today ahead of his public workout, ahead of his fight with Carl Frampton. First of all, Josh, how are you?
Well, under 6 weeks to go now, so the time's flying by. Training's in full flow, training's going really well. And it starts getting serious now, doesn't it? With getting that 6 week mark, and I can't wait to go. I can't really wait to go. I'm flying. I'm ready to get in there and just do business.
What was it like entering a camp as a champion, a world champion, as opposed to your last fight with Selby where you were a challenger? Was it different in any way?
Not really. Obviously, what I've got at stake is massive, and I don't want to let that go. But I've been a champion. I know, smaller scale, like international titles and British titles, European titles, but I've defended titles, and to be fair, I don't get too worked up on I'm the champion, blah blah. I always train like a challenger. I always feel like I've got something to prove, and I feel like this with Carl. A lot of people write me off again, saying he's beat Lee, but will he beat Carl? So once again, I've got to train like a challenger and go in there like with a challenger mentality, but win like a champion.
What different obstacles will Carl Frampton pose as opposed to Lee Selby in your last fight? Similarities, differences between the two?
There's a lot of similarities. The way they move, box, throw the shots. With that being said, obviously he's a different height, stature, so range, little things like that will come into factor. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, Lee will go in as champion before, whereas Carl's coming in as a challenger, and I feel like I've got a feeling that this is like Carl's last while. If he didn't come through this, then he'd probably retire. I might be wrong, but that's the gist I get from this. He's already talked about retirement many times, and how long will he have to wait to get another shot? So I feel like when he loses to me, then this could be his last fight.
Does that make him a more dangerous opponent, the fact that, as you say, it could be his last ride, he's in very much last chance saloon? Does that make him more of a dangerous opponent?
Most definitely, and that's why we are training like it's the best Carl Frampton, like he's in peak, for that very reason. So I take him out of football, there are no illusions, even though we're taking factors into it that he's been up there for a long time and he's probably on his way back down now. He's still training like he's fresh and he's at his peak. So I know that I'm bringing my best in.
Your last fight with Lee Selby was kind of dominated in the build-up to a bit of back and forth. It's a long-standing rivalry. You and Carl have been very much more respectful. We've just seen him walking. He's just sat over there. I think if Lee Selby was sat over there in the build-up to the last fight, you probably would have had some things to say. Does that change your preparation, change the way you look at the fight at all?
No, at the end of the day, he's going to try to stop what I'm wanting to do. He's going to try to take my world title away, and that's not happening. At the end of the day, it's not just about being a world champion now. It's about going on a creative legacy, going on winning more fights and being in big fights. And not only what does that bring, brings big money. Fight for my family. And then ultimately, that's what I do now. Cement myself for the rest of my life, and Carl's trying to stop that. So even though there ain't as much personal bicker, I can't let him take what I've got. I lose my world title, then all the things of going to New York, going to States and unifying division and stuff like that, it puts a delay on things. So I don't want that to happen, and that's why I won't let him beat me.
Has your life changed at all since becoming world champion?
Yeah, I got to Asda in a helicopter now. I've got my own chauffeur. I've got my tailor every day. No, that's it. I'm just same old lad. I've just got a world title to my thing, but I don't think you really realise what you've achieved until you retire, I guess. I've got a world title, but I don't walk around thinking, I'm a world champion, I've done it now. No, the hunger's still there to beat, always put in front of me and keep going and keep learning, trying to improve and like I say, trying to be the best Josh Warrington I can be.
Word on the atmosphere on December the 22nd, you and Carl have two of the biggest fan bases of any fighter in the UK. Going to be quite an atmosphere in Manchester.
Most definitely. Like I say, we're not just casuals either in this one. I mean, a lot of my fans have been labelled casuals, but they're passionate and they me wherever I go, and I've done 20,000 at Ellen Road. I always take big numbers. I've done at the arenas. Carl's got a big fan base, and I've seen him first hand in Belfast. They make a lot of noise, so do my lot. So that's what makes it exciting. And you look at all the fights what are on that date. What you've got here, you've got a proper boxing match for a world title. With two of the best sets of fans in world boxing, not just in British boxing but world boxing. And I'd argue with anybody about that, but it's going to be an hell of an atmosphere and potentially fight here.
Now you mentioned that obviously the same night you've got Dillian Whyte against Whyte-Chisora on Sky. We've seen Carl post a tweet about it. Does that bother you at all, the fact that there's going to be a date clash on the night, or are you just very much focused on the fight itself?
Yeah, it bothers me in the fact that the fans lose out. There's going to be the fans who want to watch both, like the hardcore boxing fans who love the boxing, and some of them aren't in a position to pay for both. And it's not, you want to watch it live, and you can't watch both fights live. You'll be flicking through channels, and you won't really take it all in. So the boxing fan is a real loser here, and it's a bit annoying because we were there first. Normally what happens is the promoter has to buy out and say, well, there's another date. The fighters lose and the fans lose, and that's all it is. And it's it's annoying. It's fucking annoying. But we just got to crack on, haven't we?
Just last word, as you mentioned to me off camera before, you're a movie star now. Congratulations. What was that like seeing yourself on the big screen?
No different to normally just being on local news and stuff like that, but seeing your own life and portrayed and what goes on in the personal scenes is a little bit different, but enjoyed it, and it was good, and we had a premiere last week and the film went down really well, and I've been hearing lots of good reviews of those who've seen it, so I'm happy with that. Just
finally, what message can you give to fans going to be tuning in on December the 22nd, and what can you promise them when you face Carl Frampton?
December 22nd, hell of a fight, possibly fight of the year, and Josh Warrington will retain his title, #and still.
Okay, well, Josh Warrington, the IBF Featherweight Champion of the World, thanks very much for speaking to Boxing Social. Look forward to catching up with you soon.
Nice one. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, Josh. Awesome.